Choice Specs Delphox, ladies and gentlemen, is an absolute monster. This video is going to show you why. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we're having a battle versus Disco Miracle from the Discord server in the OU tier. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles right now. There's a link in the description down below. I've also noticed only 36% of people watching this video right now are actually subscribed. So just double check you subscribe, because YouTube likes to do this thing where it unsubscribes people. It's a bit bizarre. And if you're not subscribed in the first place, why not subscribe? It's free. It helps me out and I really appreciate it. Anyway, with that being said, let's jump into the team preview. Ooh, Sean's brought a pretty cool... Okay, Sean's brought a pretty cool looking team. They've got a Sun team with Walking Wake, Dragonite, Torkoal, Hisui and Lilligant, Landorus Firion, and of course Hooper. The normal Hooper, not Hooper and Bound. That's pretty cool to see. I haven't seen a Hooper in normal yet. So looking at the team, obvious things we could take advantage of are going to be... we're also a Sun team, kind of. So we could lead with, not lead with Lilligant, but they're probably going to lead with Torkoal or Landorus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just, I think the best thing to do if you're going to lead with Torkoal or anything like that is to lead with Delphox. Delphox can go straight for the Psychic on both of them and get some serious damage off. There's no Psychic immunities on the team because I believe Hooper is Psychic Ghost. So we should be golden. And the battle begins. So Sean's going to lead off with Vegas, which is of course the Landorus Firion, looking amazing, as we lead off with Delphox. So on paper we outspeed. We don't necessarily know whether this thing's choiced or not. So we can either go for go straight for a Fire Blast, test the waters, or we can go into Corviknight and play it safe. I think I'm going to go into Corviknight and play it safe because we don't know what set this Landorus is. It could be Choice Scarf. Looking at the team, they haven't got any potential Choice Scarf users other than this, really, anyway. So let's see how this goes for us. So let's go into Noctis real quick. They probably go for a U-turn or something along those lines, but let's just find out first what they're going to go for. They go for a U-turn, so U-turn on out of there. They're probably choiced, right? We'll find out, I guess, eventually. But Landorus looks so cool in this game, by the way. Like, really cool. I love the look of it. It's so good. So good. Anyway, what are they going to go into now to take on Corviknight? Storg is going to come in, which is the Torkoal. So that's going to get the sun up, which is obviously going to make things nice and bright. Which is fair enough. We can just go straight for a U-turn here. And I think the best Pokemon for me to U-turn out into is going to be Delphox, because it hits everything on their team really well with Psychic. Choice Spec Psychic as well at that. So we'll U-turn on out of there, and we'll go into our nice and powerful shiny Delphox. Gotta love shiny Delphox. Gotta love it. So we're going to Moana. The Delphox, I don't know why I'm called it Moana. No idea. I don't even know anything about... There's a film called Moana, but I've never seen it. So let's go ahead. We got Delphox up on our side of the field, which is unfortunate, but it's whatever. We could trick this thing, but I feel like they're going to go into Hooper because it's probably going to take this a bit better than anything else. So I'm going to go for a Psychic anyway. There we go. Psychic comes through. They stay in. They stay in to try and tank it, and they do not tank it very well as they go for a Yawn. So Yawn is an interesting play. They could just keep going for Yawns now. I don't want Delphox going to sleep. If anything's going to sleep, it's going to be my own Torkoal. So I'm going to go ahead and take Torkoal out for them to Yawn me again. There we go. Going to withdraw Moana. And we're going to go into our own Torkoal. All smoky over here. There we go. Nice and powerful. Get hurt by some Delphox, which is unfortunate as they go for a withdrawal. So what are they going to withdraw into? That's the real question. Are they going to go Lando or Walking Wake? Ego. That is going to be the Walking Wake, right? Hooper. Interesting. So Hooper's a ghost type, so we can't really do anything to it. We could set up Delphox here. What's my switch in now? Not a lot. Other than Hisui and Samurott, of course. I'm going to try and tank a hit and go for a Delphox, get them up on the field. They go for a knockoff, so they're going to knock off my item. So they go knock off my Heatrock, which is fair enough. Hooper normal is like really cool to see, by the way. Like, there's no reason to use it over Hooper Unbound other than the typing being ghost. So it's pretty interesting to see it. So it looks like they're a physical set, maybe. So I'm going to go for a Will-O-Wisp here. Just to try and burn something. They go for a Hyperspace Hole, which I believe is special. Oh, that animation is quite cute. I like that animation. That's a cute animation. So we go for the Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is obviously going to do nothing to them. I don't know whether Hyperspace Hole is a physical move or not. I'm unsure. I'm uncertain. Not very certain at all. So with that in mind, there's no reason for us to... Torkoal's our Rapid Spinner, isn't he? We do have Defog as well. So we can get rid of those if we need to. I think I'm going to go into Corv now, and I think I'm going to go into Corv, and I'm going to Defog. I know we just set up Stealth Rocks and everything, but you know, it's whatever. So let's go into Corviknight. Stealth Rocks don't really hurt us too much, though. That's the thing. They don't really hurt us too much. Their Torkoal's nearly dead, unless the Landorus wants to help. So they go for High Space Hole. Does nothing to Corviknight, of course. It's not very effective. It's a Psychic type move after all. It's not a contact move, otherwise it would have been hit by Rocky Helmet, which tells me it's probably special, right? Either way, let's clear the field. We'll get rid of the Stealth Rocks on both sides. They go for a Thunderbolt. Oh, we lived on 1 HP though. Going for a Defog to get rid of the Stealth Rocks. So that is unfortunate. Really unfortunate that happened. So the Harsh Sunlight is going to fade, which is kind of bad, but kind of good at the same time. Get some burn damage on the Hooper. It's a little bit of chip every turn. This thing has really good special defense. I know that. So they're going to go for a Thunderbolt probably. So do we go into our own Thunderous Therian here? Or do we go Lilligant? Lilligant could be a good shout. Lilligant could be a really good shout. I think we might have to let Corviknight go down here. I don't really have the best switching, so we'll go for a Brave Bird on the off chance they switch out or something. We could potentially get out for Brave Bird. They go for a knockoff though, just in case we switch more than likely. Get hurt by the Rocky Helmet. So it's a bit of an extra chip this turn. So we've got some burn and some Rocky Helmet chip, which is always nice. Like I said, they knock off a Rocky Helmet, but it doesn't matter because Corviknight is fainted. So that's not a big deal. So what we're going to do now is we'll go into Samurott. And Samurott can just go straight for a Ceaseless Edge here. So we'll go into Samurott real quick. There we go. We should outspeed Hooper Unbound. We are 4 times super effective with Ceaseless Edge. We're focused. I shouldn't have to worry about being KO'd. I say we go straight for the Ceaseless Edge. Not a lot can really switch in. Let's go for the Ceaseless Edge. So they do withdraw. Are they going to go Lando? Are they going to go Lando? That's the real question. So they go into Vegas, which is going to be the Landorus. Okay, yeah, I remember from earlier now. So they get the Intimidate off, which is really unfortunate, but it's whatever. We go for a Ceaseless Edge. Let's see how much damage we're doing. Not a lot of damage. We get the spikes up, but it's not a lot of damage. So now, what do? We could go for an Aqua Cutter and potentially get a crit. Do we want to bank on that? We could go ahead. I think they go for a Stealth Rocks here. So I'm going to go for an Aqua Cutter. Aqua Cutter comes through. Oh, we got a clean. That was a crit, wasn't it? Yeah, a critical hit on the Landorus. Oh, dear. That is unfortunate for my opponent, but very fortunate for us as Landorus goes down to a critical hit. Absolutely amazing. In comes Greet. We haven't seen this one yet, I don't think. The Lilligant. So the Lilligant comes on in. Now, we've got a couple of options here. We can Sacred Sword this thing into Oblivion, which I'm leaning towards. We don't have Corviknight anymore. We don't have to worry about Stealth Rocks anymore. So we could go into Torkoal. But then we're kind of boned. You know who does really well against this thing? It's a nice and powerful Sacred Sword to the face. I think that's the right play to do. So they go for a Victory Dance, which is fair enough. It's going to boost their attack, defense, and speed by 1 stage. And we'll just go for a Sacred Sword. Sacred Sword actually ignores the defense boost. So this should still do a lot of damage with Sharpness and everything, as it does do a decent chunk of damage. So I think that's a 2-hit KO. So I'm going to go for another Sacred Sword. Absolutely no reason not to. They go for a Close Combat, which is going to lower their defense by 1 stage. Obviously, the Focus Sash keeps us from going down. So we can just go for a Sacred Sword now after their defense drop. Not that it matters because I think Sacred Sword ignores defense drops, but they are Life Orb, which means this Sacred Sword is a guaranteed KO. So Hisui and Samurott coming through for us right now with the KO on the Landorus and the Hisui and Lilligant. Hisui and Lilligant being the one Pokemon that matches up stupidly well against Hisui and Samurott typing-wise. In comes Velveeta. What's that one? It's going to be the Dragonite. So Dragonite comes on in. This thing is going to go for its shenanigans with Dragon Dance. What do we do here? I say we go for a Ceaseless Edge. We go for Ceaseless Edge. They go for an Extreme Speed, which is fair enough. Extreme Speed is going to come through and KOs. Nothing we could have done there. I could have switched out, I guess, into Torkoal, but I'm glad I didn't. We don't want the sun on the field as much as we can because obviously Walking Wake is there and is a thing. So now we've got a couple of options. So we could go Lilligant and Ice Spinner this thing into Oblivion. I can't see Lilligant being too much more useful this game, other than the fact that Hooper is more physically weak than anything else. Yeah, let's go Lilligant. Let's go Lilligant, and we'll go for a nice and powerful Ice Spinner. So Lilligant comes on in, looking great. Gotta love Lilligant. And we'll go for an Ice Spinner real quick. So they are going to Tera. What type are they going to Tera into, though? That's the real question. Are they going to go with the good old-fashioned normal typing? They are indeed the normal typing. So I guess in hindsight, maybe I could have predicted this and gone for a close combat, but it's likely that Extreme Speed is going to KO us anyway. And we go for an Ice Spinner to break the multi-scale at least. That's going to do nothing, no damage at all. As they go for a Thunder Wave. Interesting choice of moves. So Thunder Wave Dragonite, that's an interesting choice. I don't normally see that, but I mean, it's definitely working out in their favor at this point. So let's go for a close combat. They go for an Ice Spinner of their own. Is it going to KO us? We live and are able to go for a close combat to take out the Dragonite. Nicely done, Lilligant. You barely live that Ice Spinner and are able to take out the Dragonite with a close combat. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Gotta love that. In comes Enisu. Is that going to be the Walking Wake? Yeah, it's the Walking Wake. Walking Wake comes in. It's going to be hurt by some spikes, which is great. We are paralyzed, of course, so let's go for a close combat just on the off chance they don't attack us and they decide to set up an agility. They go for a flamethrower just to take us out. Makes a lot of sense to me. Flamethrower comes through for them, so Prancer goes down, which is fantabulous for them. They lose some HP. They're Life Orb. That's good to note. We don't want to go Torkoal, that's for sure. I'm leaning towards Thunderous for the Thunderbolt spam now, and Delphox for the Psychic spam. Which one's going to be better? Probably Delphox for now. I think Delphox for now. Delphox for now. I'm pretty sure Delphox lives any hit this thing wants to go for. So let's look at Psychic and let's look at Terra Blast. I think we Terrestrialize so we can live a Hydro Steam better. That way we might be able to get off 2 Psychics. We don't really need Terra on Thunderous for anything on their team anymore. So let's go for the Terra Grass Psychic real quick. So we're going to Terrestrialize real quick. Our Delphox over here into a nice and powerful Grass type so that we can sponge up that Hydro Steam that's coming our way. Unless they drop a Draco on us, in which case we're just gone anyway. I don't think they drop a Draco though, because that leaves them vulnerable to Thunderous. So what we'll do is, we'll do what I'm saying. They go for Hydro Steam. Going to do minimal damage to us thanks to our grass typing, and then we can go for a Psychic which does more damage because it's still stab than Terra Blast does, and it KOs the Walking Wake. Delphox coming through for us right now. What an absolute legend. So we got Hisui and Samurott, and we got Delphox putting in the absolute work right now. So now that Hooper's in, it's going to get hurt by some spikes. We just go into Torkoal, sack it off. We go into Thunderous. Then we've got Delphox in the back just in case we need it. So that's good. So we'll go into our Smokey the Torkoal real quick. We're going to get us some nice and powerful Sunlight, which isn't really going to help anything other than maybe a Fire Blast boost if we have to use Fire Blast against this thing. So they go for a Hyperspace Pole. They KO the Torkoal on the switch. That's fair enough. Down goes Smokey. And I would like if Delphox could finish this game off. So what I'm going to do is, I'm hoping that Delphox can KO from this range with Fire Blast. I know Hooper has really good special defense, so I'm going to go into Moana real quick with Delphox. There we go, nice and shiny, double shiny because it's got the terrestrialization and stuff. So let's go for a Fire Blast right now. It's boosted by Sun, it's boosted by Choice Specs, it's boosted by Stab. It hits. Can it KO? Yes, it can. Of course it can. Why wouldn't it KO from there? Ego, the Hooper goes down, and now all we have to worry about is that pesky Torkoal, which of course has little to no HP left. So Stork comes in. Can we? Spikes KOs it. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Fire Blast. You got to hit this. There we go. We hit the Fire Blast. Down goes the Torkoal, and that's going to be the game. So thank you very much, Sean, aka Disco Miracle. Look like I'm a words out. Aka Disco Miracle from the Discord server. Go ahead and join the Discord server. Yada yada yada. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.